What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another video. So I know it's been a while since I've made a video. There has been a lot of talk, a lot of, I don't want to say drama, but a lot of actions. And when I say actions, I mean like trade situations and all that stuff with the Yankees, with the Cubs, the Mariners. What else? A bunch of teams. The Giants, the Mets, my team. But I wanted to come up here because I have some stuff jotted down right here. And I wanted to talk about, and I literally came up with this video just now because I was on Twitter looking at MLB The Show. Like the Twitter page of MLB The Show, whatever, I don't know what it was. And they were showing like a trade from Mets to the Mariners. I don't know how to say that, Mariners. So here's the people that the Mets would give. I want to talk to you guys and tell you guys, my opinion. What do I think? So the Mets would be getting Robinson Cano, Edwin Diaz, and Malix Smith. Now, one sec, my tripod is like acting up. Now, with those trades, I like it. Robinson Cano at second base, Edwin Diaz, closer, and Malix Smith. Before I get into that, I want to get into the people that they would be getting. Jay Bruce, Dominic Smith, Justin Dunny, and Andres Gimenez. I don't know how to say his name. There will probably be a picture popping up like right there of Justin Dunny and that Andres guy. Just if I'm pronouncing their name wrong. And maybe Malix Smith if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I like this trade. Jay Bruce, he was in a struggle, but he was just not cutting it. I don't know. He is a good player, don't get me wrong, but he was just not cutting it. I feel like with him, he's just one of those type of players that like, okay, I don't care if they get rid of him. And with Dominic Smith, thank you. I am happy you guys took him out. I really don't care. He's the same way. If he gets taken out, he's done a terrible job with the Mets. Like he cost Robinson Cano. He cost Ahmed Rosario a pop fly and messed up the game. And lost the game for them. Just has done a horrible job for the Mets. He's done terrible. Then the rest two, I really don't know nothing about them. I've never heard of them. I think they're probably like some minor league players, most likely. Now let me get to Robinson Cano, Edwin Diaz, and Malix Smith. Malix Smith is an outfielder, and if nobody knows, Edwin Diaz is a closer. And here is something I really like about this trade. One, we get Robinson Cano. And two, we get a good closer. This past season, Edwin Diaz set a record, set his record or beat his own record with like saves. He had like 57 saves, I think almost 60, possibly 60. I don't know. What I heard was 57 saves. He did good. He did his best this whole season. So the Mets needed a closer. That is something they really needed big time. They needed a good closer, a closer that would go in and close the game. And that is what Edwin Diaz did for the Mariners. And that's what they need, because the problem was with the Mets. And if nobody realizes, then you could just go watch the videos, especially if you're a Mets fan. The problem is that the Mets, they had good enough starter pitchers. And that's what messed them up at the beginning of the season. Because at the beginning of the season, they were in first place. They were on the top. But the problem is that they would be winning a game, and then after that, after they take out their starters, their relief would come in and mess up the game for them, so they would lose the game. Or it'd either be that the relief, that they take out the starters and then the but my bad, like I was saying, that was the problem mostly. They'd bring in the relief after their starters and would mess up the game. And then after that, they would bring in Familia, and that's when it was terrible. That's when it was really terrible. They brought him in, and then it was just a mess. They brought him in, and I remember the wild card, the World Series. The Mets were winning. If it wasn't for Familia, the Mets would be like close in the records in the World Series. But because of him, they kept losing it. So that's the thing. He wasn't a good enough closer for them. He comes in and he would mess up the game. Either walks, and then somebody hits one, and then they score, and it was just a mess. So I would like Edwin Diaz because he did the job for the Seattle, and which was close, and that's what he did. Now with Robinson Cano, I understand he's 36. He's entering this next season, 2019, 36. But he still did the job. He still can hit. I heard his on-base percentage is pretty good, even though he didn't play that much last season because he got suspended. Now, with Jeff McNeil, I feel like they could rearrange him. Maybe like, since he's still a young player, maybe try out some different positions. I believe he's a righty. I know he bats left. I gotta see if he's a righty. Maybe you could put him at third and take out Todd Frazier and put Robinson Cano at second. But the problem is, and this is the one bad thing, Robinson Cano's contract is pretty high. It's like $120 million that he's still owed. So that's not a little bit. That's a lot of money. So that's the thing. And then with Malik Smith, outfielder, maybe put him in here and there in some games. I gotta look up some stuff about him, see how he is. But in general, I like that trade. I don't mind. It's good enough. But I like that Robinson Cano, Edwin Diaz. Those are the two that I don't mind getting. But yeah, I think that's a good enough trade for the Mets. Jay Bruce, Dominic Smith, and those two other players. That's good enough. But they're getting two good enough people, so that's good. But yeah, I'm very surprised that the Mets are going for that, possibly going for this, because they're not that type of people that would be doing that. But yeah, you guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.